Hello, today we're going to take a look at the evaluator's experience in Bonfire. As an evaluator, you will have received an email that you've been invited to take part in a project or that some criteria has been released for your review. So we're going to start at the login page, and this is where you can type in your email and your password. So once you've done that, go ahead and click login. And this will take us to our active projects page. So here we can see any of the projects we have been assigned to review. We can see the status of the project, so we can see if it's in the open phase, the evaluation phase, or the completed phase. You'll notice that if it's in the open phase or in the completed phase, you're not able to complete any evaluation. But in the evaluation phase, you can see your progress and you can keep track of all of your evaluations. And this is a great way to hold yourself accountable and to make sure that you are completing your reviewing. You can also see the days left. So we can see we have 128 days before our evaluation is due for athletic equipment. You can see the project names, and these actually link to the project. See the reference number associated with the project as well. So we're going to go ahead and look at the athletic equipment project. I'm going to click on this link, and we're taken to the project page. So here we can see some information. We can see the stage of the evaluation. So in this case, the project is in the evaluating stage. We can see the reference number, the project type, the project owner. You can also see what department the project belongs to, and if the project is public or private. You can see a timeline here to see how many days you have left, when notifications will be sent out to remind you to complete your evaluation, and when the evaluation is scheduled to be completed. We can also access the details information, so we can see our project description. We can also see any events that are associated with the project. Now we're going to look at the left-hand side, and we can see a few different tabs that we have here. We're going to navigate to files. So this is where we can access any internal files. So maybe this is instructions on how to complete our evaluation, or any files that the project owner has uploaded for your review. We can also look at public files, so any files that have been shared with vendors. So maybe this is an RFP document, which could be useful for you to access. If you wanted to download it, you could go into the right-hand corner and you could click download. And you'd be able to see any attached files from the messages section as well. So we're going to go down to the messages section. And here you can see any internal discussions with the project owner maybe, or anyone internal to the organization. And you can also see any public notices as well. So maybe a public notice is relevant to your review, and you're able to take a look at that message. So now we're going down to submissions, and this is the most important part of your evaluation. And this is where you're able to see who has submitted. So we can see the supplier name, we can see when the submission was received, and you can also see any downloaded. You can see your progress, so how much of the evaluation have you actually completed, and you can also see the scorecard. So this is a great view if you're looking to complete your evaluation. We're going to go in and take a look at CD Inc. So we can go ahead and open up the proposal document, and you'll notice it takes us to this proposal page. So we would be able to review their proposal here. We can click scorecard in the top left-hand corner. We can go ahead and complete that scorecard. So we can click score. You can select whether they pass or fail for responsiveness. We can click pass. You can select your reason. So we can click maybe meets requirements. You can add a comment and click save, and you'll notice your score has been updated here. So this is where you can see all of the criteria, the points, the score, and also your comments. For references, we can go in and click score. You'll notice it's a 10-point scale. So we can go ahead and click what their score is. You can select your reason. And again, you can add that comment. We also have total cost here. So this is in the case where we would be able to go in, type in what their cost is. Maybe it's $150,000, and you can add your comment. And with pricing, Bonfire will automatically use our formula to award the most or maximum points to whoever has the lowest cost. And now we can click hide. We can go back to our project page, go to submissions in the left-hand corner, and we can see we've completed more of our evaluation. So now we can actually go to your scores, and we can view all of the scores that Peter Parker, myself, have completed. So we can see our suppliers, the total points a vendor has been awarded,